Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're doing yet another album ranking. This time we are going over Five Finger Death Punch, probably the most I wouldn't say controversial, but definitely an extremely unpopular yet popular metal band, which always seems to perplex me, because as much as people talk shit about, they're the Nickelback of metal, you know? It seems like on the surface, everybody fucking hates them, and just all you see just people just talking shit about them. But then you look at their songs, and they're insanely popular, and they draw huge crowds live. I would know. I saw them in concert last month, and they were fucking awesome. So, yeah, Five Finger Death Punch are a band they're very important to me because well, I would say important to me, but I love them a lot. I will say that, because they're one of my favorite bands. Probably always will be. Simply because they got me into metal. They were one of the first bands I was introduced to as a youngin'. So, yeah, their music has been in my life for pretty much as long as I've been listening to music. So, yeah, I feel like, and I've heard all their albums many times, and so I feel like I can pretty confidently rank all of the albums from worst to best, going through the entire discography. So the first album is The Way of the Fist. I should also say that I especially wanted to do this video now because I tried to do an album ranking before, but I tried to play the band's actual music, and I tried to play songs from each album as I was talking about it, and it just didn't really flow that great. It looked shitty because I wasn't using Opera. So, yeah. I don't know why I wasn't showing the screen before, but here we go. Yeah, and I definitely want to make this video since Ivan Moody announced that he's going to be retiring after another album. So once he's finished Five Finger Death Punch album number 10, he's gone. So yeah, I definitely want to talk about him and his music while we're here. So yeah, The Way of the Fist, the very first album. It's a very strong debut, I will say. A lot of really great songs. You could pretty much just hit roulette on any song on this album, and you'll find something good. The title track, The Bleeding was probably one of the few songs that everybody knows from Five Finger Death Punch. I mean, it was the last song they played during their set when I saw them. There's also some really cool lesser-known songs like White Knuckles, Death Before Dishonor, Meet the Monster, Ashes, Salvations. I mean, I'm talking about these like lesser-known songs. These all have millions and millions of streams on Spotify, so like, you know. These guys are really popular, and I always forget how popular Five Finger Death Punch is. But yeah, let's go with A for Way of the Fist. War is the Answer, the second album. This one is really, really fucking good. Definitely a big step up from The Way of the Fist, and just a badass album all around. Dying Breed, Hard to See, one of my favorite songs Five Finger Death Punch has done. I wish they would have played it live. But No One Gets Left Behind, Burn It Down. Obviously, their cover of Bad Company. The title track, War is the Answer. Yeah, just great stuff. Just great stuff on this album. We're gonna go with S tier for this. American Capitalist, the next album. Bit of a step down, I would say. But I mean, how can you top an album like War is the Answer? With that saying, this album's still good. I would say lots of enjoyable songs on it. I really like the title track. Under and Over It is like the song that everybody knows. Coming Down, Remember Everything are pretty emotional songs. Tragic Truth is a decent song that probably should have been on the actual album. At least when it first released. Now it's on every edition, but you know. Back from War is probably my favorite, like, lesser known song. And I like the pride, despite all the cheesy references and shit. I mean, they mentioned Dimebag in this song, so that's got to mean something, right? Think American Capitalist. I think we're gonna go with B for that, honestly. So we got the double album, The Wrong Side of Heaven and The Righteous Side of Hell. We're going to talk about both volumes as separate albums because I feel like that's probably the best thing to do. I mean, already the album starts off with a fantastic start with Lift Me Up, which features Rob Halford. Wish they would have used him a bit more, but it's whatever. Obviously, Wrong Side of Heaven, the song that everyone knows. Burn Motherfucker is actually a pretty heavy song. Like, everybody considers Five Finger Death Punch to be like a butt rock band, but I mean, Burn Motherfucker is pretty friggin' heavy. I mean, obviously it's no, like, Iowa Slipknot or anything like that, nothing like that, or like Cannibal Corpse or anything like that, but, for a quote-unquote rock band, it's pretty heavy. You is a good song, too. Anywhere But Here is... It's alright. Really, if they got rid of the Maria Brink feature, I'd be okay with it. I'm not a fan of her voice at all, I will say that. I can't get into it in this moment for that reason. But yeah, overall, again, really solid. I think we're going to put this also in A tier. Wish I could say the same thing for part 2, but part 2 mostly feels like all the extra leftover songs from the first part. Honestly, I think if they took the best songs from this album and exchanged them for the worst songs on part 1, you'd probably have one of their best albums. But we can't have nice things, so we have 2 separate albums. Wait Beneath My Sin is cool. Wrecking Ball, Battleborn, Cradle to the Grave, A Day in My Life is a pretty underrated one. I like their version of House of the Rising Sun too. Definitely one of their better covers in my opinion. But yeah. All gold stuff. Cold is a good ballad. But I'd argue Battleborn is a bit better. So yeah, I think we're gonna put part 2 in C, honestly. It's just kinda eh. And I don't think there's any albums that are worth a D tier, so we're just gonna leave it there just to keep the video looking somewhat professional. Got Your Six is the next one, and it's my personal favorite. I know a lot of people really love War is the Answer, but I love Got Your Six even more, I would say. Every song is fantastic. I mean, this was the most recent album whenever I discovered the band, so naturally this is the one I listened to the most. And yeah, literally roulette, just randomly hit, just shuffle or whatever song on this album, and it's a good time, to me, at least. Again, I know a lot of people probably despise everything on this album, everything that has to do with Five Finger Death Punch, but we're not here to talk about that, because that doesn't matter. Yeah, just the riffs, just the choruses are the catchiest, just overall just a really consistently strong album, and yeah. So this is where we get into, well, I'm just gonna say it, And Justice for None is the band's worst album. You could tell it just felt uninspired. It felt like a song, or not really a song, an album that was just kind of just made to have an album out, and that's unfortunate because it's pretty good. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't think it's pretty good. I think there's good songs on this. I think there's pretty good songs, but not a lot of songs that really stick out to me. I like Fake, pretty strong opener, at least on the standard edition, because the deluxe version starts with Trouble, because for some reason they decided to put some of the bonus tracks all over the place, which is really weird. I don't know why they did that. But doesn't really matter. There's 2 cover songs on this album, Blue on Black by Kenny Wayne Shepherd and Gone Away by The Offspring. Both covers I'm not really huge on in particular. I think they really took away a lot of the emotional power behind Gone Away by making it a piano ballad, but and kind of changing the meaning of the song. But whatever, they tried. I'll give them an A for effort, even though I think it sucks. Yeah, I refuse. Okay, it's fine. When the seasons change, okay. It's like this is the one album where the ballads are the best songs, and that's the damn shame. I will say that as a fan of the heavy stuff, it's a shame. But thankfully, the band kind of bounced back a bit with F8 or Fate. F8, Fate. Have they said how you pronounce that? I have no idea. I have no fucking idea. But that's okay, because this is a decent album. Starts off really well, I will say. It's definitely one of the best starting albums. The first half is really great. Inside Out, Full Circle, Living the Dream. Sans the music video. The music video fucking sucks for Living the Dream. But not for reasons. It's just too political. The song itself is not political at all, really, but the music video most definitely isn't. Five Finger's not a political band, so it just doesn't really work. I like a little bit Off. It's kind of different sounding, but I always like it when bands try a little bit. Darkness Settles In is a good ballad. This Means War is not This Means War. That's fucking a million other songs. That This Is War is what I meant to say. Yeah, it's good. I think we'll put it in B. And so this is where we got Afterlife, the newest album that came out, and it's good. I like it. I hate how they put spelled life with a capital L, even though it's one word and it doesn't really need to be. That kind of bothers me, but that's more of just a spelling thing rather than the actual song, because the actual song is great. So is Welcome to the Circus, which is the opening song. Times Like These is probably my favorite ballad / softer song Five Finger Death Punch has done in a while. Roll Them Bones, Pick Up Behind You are good. I Owe You. Ending songs are kind of just alright. Yeah, it starts out really strong, but then kind of fades towards the end, and then kind of comes back. But, yeah, solid album. Probably one of my favorites of the year so far. I think we'll also put this one in MB, I'm thinking. But, yeah, well, let's pump it up to A, fuck it. I'm feeling generous. So, yeah, let's, now that I've put the albums in their spots, let's shimmy these on over. So, yeah, that's pretty good. I'm comfortable with this. I'm vibing with this. So, if you're also a fan of the band, how would you rank these albums? Go in the comments and put how you would put them, and just be nice in the comments, because I will absolutely remove your comment if you're being a dickhead about it. But that's really about it. See ya.